Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum, honored scholars, beloved brothers and sisters, and our respected guests. Today, I'm not here to give you a lecture, to give you a speech, to sermonize, or to preach. In all fairness, I do not feel worthy to be able to even behold the light that shines from the beacon that is Sayyidah Fatima Zahra. However, I would like to share some thoughts. Brothers and sisters, the virtues of the Ahlul Bayt are uncountable, innumerable. It would be preposterous to think that in the next 5 to 7 minutes, I would be able to even hint at an iota of them. As I heard about the story of Sayyidah Fatima, the one thing, the one virtue that stood out to me was that of resilience. Now, I will not define that word for you. I believe Google and Wikipedia can do a much better job of that than me. However, I would say that her resilience is portrayed, shown by the fact that a young lady, 18 years old, with 2 broken ribs and a miscarriage behind her, stood in front of grizzled warriors, traitors, snakes, and hypocrites, and spoke for the truth, whilst the world stood and watched. To say that Sayyidah Fatima lived a humble life would be an understatement. I feel that dire poverty, in describing her situation, would not even do that justice. Speaking of poverty, I would like to speak of some experiences from my own life that have taught me a lot about this virtue. Poverty, my brothers and sisters, is something, it is a challenge like no other. Still remember, when I was 15 years old, I found myself in a poor Muslim village in northern India, teaching primary school children how to read the English alphabet. I was there for a month. I remember one day, there was a who had bought a new bicycle, and the villagers were celebrating. I found it quite funny that these people were celebrating such a trivial thing. Upon asking some people, I realized that this young brother had been saving for 2 years to buy a bicycle that would not cost more than 100 Canadian dollars. That, my brothers and sisters, is much less than your weekly grocery bill. At that time, I felt pity for this young man. How foolish was I? Once I was in Canada, as an international student, opting for the grind, I realized how foolish I was. I realized that that young man, that Allah had given him, he was doing the best. Brothers and sisters, thought that my walk from school, or it was too cold outside, I would think of the little young children that would walk miles just to get the most basic education. How hopeless would they feel? And my hopelessness was nothing in that regard. And I said to myself, if they can do it, I can do it. Brothers and sisters, whenever I look at my food and I'm ungrateful, I remember the time I spent in the village when those poor people shared starchy lentils and rice with me that I could not even bring myself to swallow, made from water from which their buffaloes would drink because they had no access to clean water. I would say to myself, if they can eat that food and go through life with a smile, there is nothing that I have faced that can even remotely compare. And if they can do it, I can do it. And today, brothers and sisters, I tell you I want to encourage you, no matter what it is that you're facing today, be it an examination, be it a job hunt, whatever it may be, you can do it. That young lady with 2 broken ribs and a miscarriage that would hold one hand, and stay every single day till the day she died. If she can do it, she wants you to do it too. Why is it that the Ahlul Bayt fought so hard? What for? To what end? Didn't the Umayyads win the war? Didn't the Abbasids win? No, brothers and sisters. They are eternal losers. I have seen the victory of Fatima in my own life. As I stand here to speak to you, when I decided to speak and to address you all, my heart faltered and I was not ready. Had it not been the hand of a brother on my shoulder, encouraging me to speak, to not listen to my doubting mind, to push through and to do the right thing, I would not have stood here. Brothers and sisters, as long as we remember her sacrifice and gather together in her remembrance and stand tall for each other, Sayyidah Fatima won that day and will win eternally, inshallah.